in progress. It is a journey.
Hmm.
It's not an overnight success story.
Hmm.
A lot of people would want it to be, whether when you're starting out the exercise regimen with you, right?
Hmm.
A person has to be very understanding and open minded to a process. Not I'm trying to fit into a dress, not that I'm trying to have muscles to where I can wear my tank top on the beach tomorrow. No, you have to have a long-term intention, and this intention has to be in alignment with, like you said, the incremental developments, the incremental growth. It has to be in alignment with these type of things to be able to have an effective course of action.
Hmm.
With that being said, what type of program do you offer for someone coming in and saying, "Hey, I want to be a part of your program. I want to go through the rowing, the boxing. I want to get on tempo. I want to find this beat." What is your legitimate time frame for someone? I know we all have different body types and we're all different out of shapes, but on a common level, what would be the common thread of saying, okay, 1 to 6 months, I feel that you'll be in a place to where if you're not with me, you can still do it on your own.
Yes. So we always start with 10 sessions.
How many?
We always start with 10
Okay, cool.
because within that 10,
Hmm.
we can better assess the situation.
Okay,
You know
cool.
what I mean? And then from there, we can put more timelines. But, if we spend 10 sessions with someone, we get a better feel for them. Like there's no one size fits all
Hmm.
program.
Right.
And 10 sessions, we kind of see where they're at, and then we're able to get a better timeline. But generally, 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
six months when you add in the movements. Let's check out some dietary changes.
Right. Right.
Add in some discipline and things like 6 months is typically enough to start seeing some changes.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah. I was.
6 months in the grand scheme, it's not that much. If you've been doing the wrong things for 10 years, 6 months to start turning the ship,
Yeah.
small price to pay.
Hey, it is a small price to pay, and you're turning it.
That's it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And you're turning it. So,
Start.
yeah.
And that's kind of goes back to that realization. The realization that we haven't been doing things right is the first step towards turning the ship.
Right. And when you turn the ship, you got to know that you're just not making a left or a right turn. You're gradually getting over into the next lane. You know what I mean? So if people have that, you have your blinker on. You know what I mean? It's a little bit crowded out there, but if you take your time gradually get over, you can make the next lane successfully.
Absolutely. And you had mentioned also like how you're working on the farm.
Yes.
Working on the farm and working in nature is a fantastic reminder how things move at a certain pace, and you can't force your plants to grow any faster than they're designed to grow.
Man, you really cannot. You really cannot.
And when you're working in nature and on farms, like you need to wait for things,
Yes.
and a lot of times we think that faster means better all the time, but that's not
Yes.
the case. The
Not the
things
case.
need to be cultivated.
Man. And
Yeah.
there's reasons behind that too, because a lot of times we don't have the wisdom to the things that we possess. That's why we lose a lot.
Mm.
We do not have the wisdom to a lot of things that we possess. That's why we lose a lot. What I mean, because like you just said, we want things so fast and we get it and we don't even know what we possess. You
Yeah.
know,
Instead of
that's
just
why
slipping through the hands.
living through the hands. That's why most people who have a talent bury it and go find someone else's to try to use.
Yeah.
Like
That's
literally,
not theirs.
that's not theirs. They buried theirs,
Yeah.
but you're going to get somebody else's and trying to use because you seen a certain shimmer of the light over there, and you felt that that's the shine that you needed. But after you have yours is in the dirt.
In the dirt.
You
Yep.
haven't even put your hands in the dirt yet. You just reaching for somebody's fruit, and you're not even planting your seed.
Yeah. And I don't know why that is. You know, it's um, I don't know. It's too bad.
Well, most people grab things that are right just at the point where it begins to deteriorate, right?
Mm,
And so they don't have things long.
yeah.
But those who are willing to see the fruit grow on the tree and go from a seed to a trunk to a branch to leaves to actually getting fruit, how much better is the person tasting that fruit that they seen the process of than somebody else just coming grabbing fruit off that tree?
Yeah, and
The person,
the word that comes to mind is the fullness.
yes,
You want the
yes.
fullness of the entire experience.
That's a great way to put it. The fullness of the entire experience.
You know, the fullness of being in the dirt, the fullness of picking the fruit, the fullness of the growth, and all of it. And that's what we miss out on when we rush things.
When we rush things.
Yeah.
And that's the same process within the exercise system too, because we all want to get a size 18-inch arms overnight. So we take all these steroids and we start lifting all these heavier weights. And 2 years from now, you have cancer in your muscles. Your muscles can't even move.
Right. There's always consequences when you try to cut corners.
Mm-hmm.
And something like steroids, I mean, okay, you have bigger muscles, but what is it doing that we can't see?
Exactly.
You know, and that's a perfect example of people trying to, um, just you know, hack things. Yeah, but you can't hack nature,
You can't hack nature. It has its own process.
and we're a part of it.
I was about to say,
We're not separate from it. We are a
yeah, I
part
was
of it.
about to say, and even when you think that you can move things around in there, you got to realize you're going to be moving too.
Yep.
If you push something, something's going to pull you. If you pull something, something's going to push you. That's just the way it works.
Just the way it works, and
It's just the way it works.
there's no getting around it.
There's no getting around it. No.